What's up, y'all? So I want to make this video real quick because I want people to save money from Roadside when they are diagnosed with a starter issue. I know sometimes you could be driving your truck, you cut it off, you get back, it won't crank up. Be like, what's going on? And then you call Roadside, they tell you the starter. Then you either get a tow, or you pay Roadside to bring you the part and get a job done there, and they charge your arm and a leg. Let me tell you what to do to save you some money, because this has saved me thousands of dollars. All right, y'all, now look. Migo! What's up, Migo? I'm all right. All right, so y'all, look right here. This is the starter. This is where my hand is at right here. This is your starter, okay? Now you see these wires on your starter? Okay, now let me explain this to you. A starter isn't like a piece made from the dealership. Every dealership outsources the starter, okay? So the starter can be bought from a different manufacturer. Some people think that, oh, you gotta get a starter from the dealer. No, you don't. To avoid getting the starter from the dealer, go and find out who is the maker of your starter. Meaning that the majority of Flatliners, the starter is made by Delco and Remy, okay? So if your starter goes bad, don't think, oh, my starter has to be a Flatliner part. No, okay, Flatliner don't make starters, okay? They usually get the starters from companies that make starters and a whole bunch of other electrical stuff. Delco Remy is the manufacturer that the majority of all Flatliners use. So in the event that your starter or your alternator goes bad, 9 times out of 10, Delco Remy made it. Meaning that you take the part number, okay, and then when you take that part number off your Delco Remy, you can cross-reference it so you can get it for a little bit more cheaper. But now let me tell you what to do if you are told that your starter is bad. Now, that's the starter I just showed you. First thing, make sure all the wires are tight. Because if you got one wire loose, it can prevent your truck from cranking up. So look right here. These are wires, okay? You need to make sure that you take your finger and putting them around all the nuts and making sure that it's nice and tight and there's no loose wires. Now, if you realize all the wires are tight, here is what you can do. This works 80% of the time. All right, so look, you need to get you a metal wrench, all right? Or just some type of metal object, okay? If you're on the side of the road and your starter not working, you don't want to get no tow, listen, I hate tows, okay? I can't stand towing my truck, okay? I hate tows. So make sure you exercise everything before you gotta call a tow truck. This is what you do.
Do you want to shift careers? Are you thinking of entering the trucking industry and want to know how to start your own company? We invite you to enroll in the Fleet Mastery Blueprint training. This training serves as a guiding light for beginners who want to break into the trucking industry and for those already involved who want to take their operations to the next level. Using insider secrets applied by highly successful multi-million-dollar trucking enterprises. Our approach goes beyond mere theory. It offers an inside look into the inner workings of a thriving business. This training presents you with a clear and well-defined path derived from real-life experiences, ready to guide you right from the beginning. Whether it be understanding the fundamental aspects of starting your trucking company or implementing strategies for growth, this training will be your trusted companion on the journey to financial success. Learning is an exhilarating adventure, and if you want to ignite your ambitions, our doors are wide open. Come aboard, register today, and start your journey of success in the trucking industry.
You need to get somebody to sit in your truck, okay? As they sit in your truck, you tell them to go ahead and crank it. When you tell them to go ahead and crank it, you take this rod and you tap the starter. As you're tapping the starter, tell them to crank the truck. 80% of the time, this should work to get it crunk up. But do not shut off that truck, because if you shut off that truck, it won't crank up again, and then you're gonna need to find somebody else to come tap your starter for you and go through all of that. Keep the truck running, and you tell your driver to not shut up that truck, because if they shut up that truck, then you'll get another phone call, maybe in the middle of the night, and they'll be, oh man, I forgot you told me not to cut it off. And guess what? You gotta hope you can find somebody with a wrench and find somebody to help you do the procedures, okay? Now, if that don't work, here's the third step. You will have to call a tow truck, but you won't have to get towed. This is what you can do. But this only works on a manual truck, not an automatic truck. You can request, you call a towing company, say, hey, my starter is bad, and the wires are tight. I hit it with, I tapped it with the metal wrench. It's still not cranking up. Can you give me a pull start? What a pull start is, a tow truck will come to your truck, hook up to your truck. What's up, Hanser? What's up, bud? So they hook up to your truck. When they hook up to your truck, you gotta, hey Hanser, my guy Hanser, he's gonna explain to you the push start. He came at a perfect time.
So the push start, you can basically, hook up into another truck, for example, use a chain. You can gauge in, first, second gear. You push it for a minute and you just let off the clutch and it'll start back on. That's basically it. Or you can use something metal that you can touch the negative with the positive and it should crank back up too. So that's basically it.
And to tell them not to cut off the truck.
Oh, you cannot cut off the truck, because otherwise it would never start again. Or you gotta proceed, with the same. You gotta either push start again or just use the wrench or a flathead.
And they need to keep the truck running until they get back home. So
that is correct. Yes.
All right, cool. All right, perfect. Thank you, Hanser.
All right, brother.
All right, brother. All right, now y'all, once you get your truck back to your home state, all right, where you could get we could get your starter done cheaper. Here's what you can do. You take off the starter, right, and don't go to the dealership. Look up electrical manufacturers that rebuild starters and alternators. They're electrical shops. For example, in Georgia, there's one called CNS Auto Electric. It's an electrical shop that all the dealers use to go and get starters. A lot of dealers, you think that they give you a new starter, but all they really do is that they take your core, they bring it to an electrical shop, get it rebuilt, and then they put it back on the dealer inventory list and charge you $400 for it. Well, all you got to do is take your starter or take your alternator, take it to the same electrical shop, and when they rebuild it, they charge you $150. And all you gotta do is slap it back on, and now you're gonna save yourself $400. So, and you gonna save yourself a whole tow. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I was getting whooped in 2018. I was getting whooped in 2019. I was getting whooped in 2020. Why I know this stuff? But once I learned this stuff, I done saved thousands of dollars. And I know how to deal with Roadside if I get the phone call that my starter is bad, and they try to be on nonsense to try to hold me hostage on saying, they don't know the other procedures. I gotta get it fixed right there and then. Nah, get away from my truck. I'll call somebody else, or I'll get that tow truck and go bring my truck back. But that's all for today. I just wanted to, and luckily, a lot of my guys were here working, so I was able to ask them to come and help me participate in this video to give y'all this information. So I will see y'all on the next episode. Let's go.